Hey, what's up? I'm Dr. Jeremy Brook. I'm here with Daniella and James on their sailboat in Marina Del Rey, and I wanted to share my #1 tip for a healthy back and neck. And listen, it's so important. It's only going to take 3 to 5 minutes of your day. That means you are going to have to carve out a very small chunk of time every single day to lubricate the joints in your neck, the joints in your spine. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to show you 9 specific moves that you need to do, along with some very vital instructions. And I'm also going to cover the don'ts. So let's just get the don'ts out of the way. When you're doing these maneuvers, don't go to the very end range of the motion, or the end range of the joint range of motion. So for example, you just don't want you like cranking aggressive, hard maneuvers. Let's just avoid that type of terminology. I also don't want you to do big sweeping neck rolls or neck circles, and definitely, no matter how good you are at it, don't self-adjust your neck. So let's get into the 9 motions, the 9 do's. And they're going to be broken down into 2 sub-phases. There's going to be something called a cervical salutation A with 4 moves, and then an advanced cervical salutation B with 5 moves for a total of 9. All right, so here we go. The first motion that you're going to do is called the funky chicken, and that's going to glide your skull on top of your spine, and it's a very exquisite motion. And you can actually support or brace your neck using this type of technique where you're holding your neck and you're gliding your chin forward and backwards, forward and backwards. And really this motion is just going to involve a couple centimeters of movement. The funky chicken, it's a beautiful thing. Gliding the area where your skull and spine connect, where your brain and your spinal cord intersect. The next motion is called the no motion, and it's going to involve you looking over your shoulders, gliding your neck. Gliding is a great term to use to describe the intensity. You want to glide. We're on a sailboat right now. We're about to go out for a cruise. As we go through the harbor, we're gonna glide. We're gonna be cruising. When we hit the high seas, then we'll rev it up. But right now, glide. The next motion is the yes motion. Dropping your chin toward the chest and then raising your chin toward the sky. Definitely honoring the motion in your neck, activating the cervical spine, activating the cervical curve, activating the arc of life. And then the last motion is, we call it the maybe motion. It's a head tilt to the side and to the side. Gliding, not cranking, not being overly aggressive. You're searching for areas of tension and using your breath and gentle gliding movement, you're releasing it. Okay, so that's the cervical salutation A. You probably finished that in 30 seconds. So here's the cervical salutation B. It's going to involve a couple motions together, and this is where you have to put the pieces together carefully. So check it out. The first one's going to isolate the upper cervical spine, where we're going to put the neck into a maximum flex position. So you're going to glide your chin backwards. The back of your skull is going to go up. So the front of the chin in, back of the skull up. That elongates the neck curve, and then you're going to drop it to put it into a maximum cervical flex position. You're going to take it the other way with the funky chicken forward, and then bringing your chin up toward the sky, which helps to reset the arc, the curve, puts into a maximally extended position. This is great if you're doing a lot of computer work. And then you're just gonna flow. Chin in, skull up, drop head forward, neutralize it, chin forward, skull drops. Look up at the sky, look up at the sun. So chin in, down, funky chicken, up. Glorious. Let's add on. Now we're gonna isolate the upper cervical spine even more, adding a rotational component. This is done very light. We're not looking to explore your world record range of motion. You're just going to be moving in very subtle degrees, and think in centimeters here. So chin comes in, head comes up, head bows forward, and then you're going to put a slight rotation with the nose and the chin toward the shoulder, nose and chin toward the shoulder. This is going to isolate the upper cervical spine. Okay, let's go the other direction. You're going to put a funky chicken in forward, look up at the sky, and very delicately, nose and chin to the right, nose and chin to the left. Don't go to the end range. Don't move aggressively. And if you feel nauseous, dizzy, have a metallic taste in your mouth, see flashing lights, or feel like you're about to pass out in this direction, just look straight ahead, take a couple breaths, resettle. Okay, the last motion is part of the basic, cancel that, it's part of the advanced salutation B sequence. It's going to involve the head tilt and a rotation toward that side. A rotate and then a tilt, and then a tilt, and then a rotate. This respects, this honors the shape and configuration of the joints in your neck. So if you move your neck along with the direction that the joints were created, the shape and configuration that the joints are innately designed in, you're not going to experience any jam up, arthritis. This prevents degeneration. If that's one of your goals, ultimately, like prevent degeneration, prevent more advanced neurodegenerative type of conditions, do this sequence. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So here it is, like 3 to 5 minutes. You can do this actually in 15 to 20 seconds if you did it like super fast and smooth and gliding and easy. Okay, well there's my cervical salutation A. Here's my cervical salutation in, you know, super speedy mode, like you're in line at Whole Foods and you just want to like smooth it out, you know, or you're waiting at a stoplight. Keep your eyes open if you're waiting at the stoplight. All right, cool. So that's pretty much the recap. You have the 4 motions in the A, you have the 5 motions in the B. Carve out a piece of time every single day. That's the key ingredient. When you carve out a piece of time, you can commit this to memory when the tension or the stress hits, instead of you going into this kind of like habitual cracking, releasing technique. You go into a more therapeutic, a more holistic approach sequence that's ultimately going to help your neck feel so much better in the long run. Well, hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming. James and Daniella, super amazing sailboat, Marina Del Rey. Have a great day. Peace.